Hey everyone, today we are featuring a 2025 Honda Civic Sport brought to us by Supreme Rentals out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Definitely check out their site, rent a car from them. They're also on Turo. Before we begin this drive, let's talk some specs. So this 2025 Honda Civic is an 11th generation car, which began in 2021 to, of course, present 2025. MSRP of this car is at $26,250 US. The car itself features a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated, that makes 150 horsepower and 133 pound-feet of torque. Miles per gallon is rated for 31 city, 39 highway, and we have a curb weight of just above 2,900 pounds. But of course, we have a CVT transmission here. I'm not a huge fan of them, but if you'd like a manual transmission in your Honda Civic, you can opt for the SI and the Type R, but those are of course at very high price points. Before we get out on the road, let's check out these back seats. Alright, so sitting behind myself, I'm 5'9", so I'm not the tallest guy, so I have about 3 inches of legroom in front of me. I can extend my legs out a bit, but as you can see, if I was sitting behind my front passenger as I have the seat pulled up a little forward, I'd have a little bit more room. As far as headroom, I have just about an inch and a half, so not much headroom. I'm not super impressed with that. It kind of reminds me a lot of my Hyundai Elantra I had, the 2021, where it kind of slopes in the back a little bit, giving you a little less room in these back seats for your head. And as far as comfort, we don't have a lot to look at. We don't have vents back here, but luckily this is a small enough car where hopefully on hot summer days we'd be covered back here. And then of course we have speakers on either door card. Alright, so opening the trunk, as you can see, we actually have quite a bit of room. We do have 60/40 rear folding seats, so we get access to the cabin if we were trying to get a ladder back here, but not too bad. I, however, would probably still opt for the hatchback. We have 3 available drive modes in this car. Currently, we are sitting in normal. We have a sport mode and also an eco mode. Eco mode is going to get you your best fuel economy, of course. In this car, as far as miles per gallon, is rated 31 city and an impressive 39 highway. So we have 18-inch rims finished in this beautiful glossy black. I don't think it pairs incredibly well with the red, but when they're both clean, they definitely provide a nice pop on the road, especially when everything is up here is covered in snow. The 11th generation Honda Civic started in 2021, and they are still on that generation to this present day. It's referred to as the FL5, and frankly, I feel like it's the best looking of the Honda Civics, at least of the modern ones. The styling has definitely grown up a lot between the Civic Sport and even, the performance model, the Honda Civic Type R. Frankly, if you're looking to get one of these, I think you're making a nice choice as far as exterior styling choice. So these Honda Civics are also very well equipped. We have adaptive cruise control, keyless entry, push button start. We have CarPlay, which is wired. I don't have a wire with me right now, but I do still have Bluetooth, and I paired my phone quite easily because on this infotainment screen we actually have this little connect button. It's nice they provided a lot of still physical and high quality buttons in this interior. It's not all just, in this giant touchscreen. Speaking of high quality buttons, we have quite a few of them for things such as our HVAC controls here. I really do like these aluminum knobs. They're quite nice. And the vent itself with these little hexagon patterns through it, very good looking. So the good looks of this Honda Civic definitely carry out through most of the interior. I think the one point where they've kind of flopped is this pebbled dashboard. I think if they did more of like a gradient material, it'd look a little cooler, be a little more flashy, and also pair well with the vent design they have going on. However, I really do like the pattern in these cloth seats. It's very simple, elegant. The cloth seats themselves hug you kind of tight. Definitely if you're a larger framed guy, you might have a little hard time with these on long road trips, and especially because these ones in this Honda Civic Sport are manual adjustments. I did find a nice driving position for myself, and I fit in this car with ease, but some people who are larger and have bigger frames, maybe you're above 6 foot, you might have a little bit difficulty. I mean, you can push your seat back plenty, but you might also, not be able to have someone sit behind you. One of the highlights of this car for me so far, though, is the steering wheel. We have this nice, gorgeous, leather-wrapped steering wheel, and it feels really nice in your hands. I always speak of interior quality having the best quality buttons and surfaces on the things you touch the most. So that be the steering wheel, the shifter, your HVAC control buttons. Those are really what's most important. Yes, we do have this pebbled plastic, and yes, I kind of griped about it, but I am very happy with the quality of this shifter, the quality of these HVAC buttons, and the quality of the steering wheel. It feels like a much more expensive car in here. The steering wheel also has paddle shifters on it, but with this CVT transmission, I don't find myself wanting to even use them. The CVT itself hasn't really bothered me. I've definitely driven worse tuned ones, but if it gets good fuel economy and they're fairly reliable, I think people who buy these Honda Civics will be, mostly happy with it. Now let's talk about this gauge cluster. So we have an analog gauge for our speedometer right there on the right. Not too bad, but the rest of the screen is digital. We have a little knobby scroll wheel here. We can control what we display on that, which is nice, such as warnings, range and fuel, speed and time. I like how it's easily customizable and very, approachable for people. You can just see these things pretty easily. You can even display no content and just kind of have it show nothing but your tachometer, which I kind of like. All right, so I put the car in sport, and we can check out the acceleration a little bit here. Didn't really give it a fair chance because we're going up a hill and we had to kind of merge onto the road and be mindful of cross traffic, but I mean, hey, it'll get the job done. It'll get you on the highway. The 0 to 60 for this car is quoted above 8 seconds, so basically meaning it's a slow car, right? But that's not why people buy these Civics. They buy them for reliability, good fuel economy, and low maintenance costs too. So between the 3 drive modes, I don't really like sport. I actually find that leaving this car in sport just when you're normally driving, it sounds pretty bad. Like there's no really exhaust feedback sound. You're really just kind of hearing a rumbling engine, which doesn't sound good. I mean, it's a 2-liter 4-cylinder. What do you expect, right? So having this car idle, driving above, 2,500 RPMs, not a pleasant experience. So popping that into normal, that goes away. It remains quiet, and you only really hear it when you're giving it some throttle. It's quite nice and tame in normal mode, and then if you put it in eco, right away I didn't notice any significant difference because we're going down a hill, but it decreases your throttle response and tries to leave you in the lowest RPM it possibly can. But I think if I were to own one of these, I'd just keep it in normal maybe 99% of the time. So on this steering wheel, we have plenty of nice buttons. We can control our track we're playing, the source of our media, and of course turn it up and down with ease. We also have that digital screen we can control what displays, which is nice. We have our adaptive cruise control on here, and of course a lane follow button too. Let's try to test that out. So it actually works just like my Hyundai's. Basically, you turn it on when you need to have 2 hands off the wheel for whatever reason, say you're opening a water bottle or something very quickly, and it'll control the driving for most times, and then it'll bug you to put your hands back on the steering wheel after about 10 or 15 seconds, just like the lane follow assist in Hyundai. Regarding ride quality, this thing rides pretty smooth. It's fairly quiet in here. However, I did feel like it was a little loud on the highway. I'd compare it just directly right to its competitors, such as the Corolla or the Elantra. They all kind of handle the highway the same. I don't think one's necessarily better than the other. All fairly similar wheelbases and sizes, so I don't think you really have to compare them too much as far as that goes. It's really just your personal preference as far as interior styling, exterior styling, and just little nuanced packages that you can get, a good deal on, such as like a technology package, or, maybe one has a better backup camera that you prefer over the other. The steering in this Honda Civic Sport is quite light. I feel like it doesn't really change much between drive modes. There's not really a direct feel to the road that you might get in, the Civic Si or the Type R. This car also handles bumps fairly well. I would say that if you were looking to improve that, you might switch to a 17 or a 16-inch rim rather than these 18s. However, I think you'd be making a mistake because these 18-inch rims are very good looking. But so with that being said, this Honda Civic Sport is definitely making a run for its competitors' money. But honestly, compared to the regular Elantras, unless you're getting like an N-Line or an Elantra N, I probably would consider one of these Civic Sports over those. I feel like the styling in these is a little more mature and grown up. I feel like you get a really nice quality interior no matter which car you get. This being obviously closer to, being a base model car, I think you still get lots of stuff. You don't get heated seats in here, unfortunately. You don't get a sunroof, but you can option those things on. You have USB-C charging, you have a 12-volt outlet, adaptive cruise control, 3 available drive modes, a very good-looking interior that you can show and brag to your friends about, and of course a nice exterior look as well. These Honda Civics are a very nice package for just above $26,000. I think as far as new car money, it's a great deal. With that being said, please leave your questions, your comments, and your concerns below. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.